welcome to my YouTube channel, Radicata Nutrition, the only YouTube channel where we talk about true holistic healing and transformation from the inside out. Too often, holistic is thrown out there, but doesn't mean anything really. For most people using the word holistic, it's all about look at the body as a whole, which I agree is a lot better than looking at the body as, different little parts that work separately. Of course, all of our body systems and organs work together and should be seen as a whole or as a whole because the whole body works together in an ideal case, of course. But holistic means so much more than that. For true healing and transformation to take place, we need to include more than the body. We also need the mind, which is our thoughts, the way we think, our heart, which is our emotions and what we feel, and our soul, which can be seen as the integration of all of these parts, the body, mind, and heart. So this is what I mean by true holistic health. And today, what I want to talk to you about is what to do when things are spiraling out of control. I'm sure you know what I mean. Sometimes there might be a little thing that happened. Maybe you learn about a little thing that you need to do. Somebody tell you at work about something, or you hear a news from a friend, or there's something that might need to happen in your life. For example, in my case, there's going to be a move in my life happening pretty soon in the next few months. And when you have that piece of information that is leading to a lot of uncertainty and change and the unknown and getting out of your comfort zone and feeling like things are getting out of control. I don't know about you, but for me, it feels like things are spiraling out of control very quickly when you feel like you don't know anything anymore. Like there's nothing that you have full control over. And of course, whenever we feel like we do have control over a thing, it's usually an illusion because we do not have control over anything at all. But there are certain times where we feel stretched and stressed, and where things feel more out of control than usual, and where we are just simply out of our comfort zone. So in that case, everything can feel overwhelming. It feels like everything is too much, like there's so much to be done and so much that you don't know, and it's not a good feeling when things are just spiraling out of control, and that creates a lot of anxiety and stress and incertitude. And sorry, I translated a French word, but that would be uncertainty would be a better word. And that's just a really uncomfortable place to be. For me, it feels like I'm trapped. I'm feeling stuck and smaller and spiraling out of control. It is really, really overwhelming and confusing, and I'm feeling very ungrounded when that happens. And that happened to me just this morning. And one thing that I did when I realized what was happening and that I was feeling like spiraling out of control and anxious and ungrounded, I took a big breath and I decided to write a list of the things that I do know, because there's so much I don't know, but there are a few things that I do know. And so I wrote down a few things here, what I do know. And I wrote down things like, what my priorities are, what are important for me, what do I want to use as a compass in the next months as I have to make those decisions and changes in my life. And then I wrote certain dates that would be important for me, that I would get new pieces of information that would help me move on to the next step. I wrote certain things that I can do in the meantime, little steps that I can take to help me get closer to making that actual change and move, but little changes that would just help me, allow me to be more familiar, to get ready, to have certain tools in place to make the transition easier. So, and other things that will help me feel supported and nourished in the process. So of course, we never know everything. There's always uncertainty, there's always the unknown and unfamiliar because we're always growing and stretching out of our comfort zone as human beings if we want to always become the better version of ourselves. Not that we need to fix anything, but we keep unfolding and being more us every day than we ever were. So one thing that I found really helpful as I was feeling that feeling of things spiraling out of control, feeling anxious and feeling really, really afraid that I didn't know what to do, that I didn't have all of the answers, that I didn't have all of the information to take the next step. So writing down what I do know was just, oh, okay, that's what I know. I actually don't need to make a major move right now to decide anything right now. I can wait until that date. I can be supported until that time. And sometimes when you're faced with this decision, it can be a decision to wait to make the decision until a certain date where you have more of the information that you need. And because right now, if you don't have all of the information, all of the pieces of the puzzle to help you take that decision, there's no point in worrying and feeling concerned about the decision until that, all of the pieces of the puzzles are into place so that you can take that next step. So for now, what is the one step you can take if you're feeling like things are spiraling out of control? What do you know for sure? Write those things down. So that will be your journaling exercise for today. What do you know about any specific decision or any specific areas of your life where you feel like things are spiraling out of control, where you're feeling ungrounded and afraid of the unknown? Because there are things that you do know, and hang on to those. They can help you feel grounded and safer and more supported as you move through those big or small transitions in your life, because change is pretty much the only constant in life. And even though it's scary, having tools like this and going back to what you do know can help you stay rooted and grounded and be able to take decision from a place where you feel supported and where you feel calm and where you feel like you are able to take inspired action that will serve you and for your highest good, instead of being in a place of reaction and reacting out of fear and taking just taking decisions too quickly that in the end will not serve you for your highest good. So take your time, write down what you do know, and you'll feel like things will stop spiraling out of control so much, and you'll feel so much more grounded. So let me know if you give that tool a try, because there are things that you do know, and those things can be so calming and comforting, and know that you all always have access to them. For me, I also wrote them down in my phone so that I can read them on a daily basis as I'm feeling a bit more insecure with the many changes that will happen in my life and the transitions that are coming up for me and in the next months. So until then, stay grounded and remember that you're safe, you're held, and you're supported. And come back to the Radicata Nutrition YouTube channel for more information on how to stay grounded and nourished at all levels in your body, mind, heart, and soul. So until next week, namaste.